Hi, fans of high quality live chats. Hopefully, somebody comes by and leaves a comment. I did send out an invite to a couple of friends who have YouTube channels. Hopefully, they come by. If not, this is going to be a really boring live chat. I don't like doing a live chat all by myself, unless there's some interesting comments, then it'll be good. So far, there are 2 people watching. One of them is probably me. Now there are 6 people watching. And we have some comments. Thank God. Victor, hello, Larry. That's not a question. Thank you for dropping by. The WB, hey, Larry. Ernest, it's Larry time. Hey, Larry, are you drinking wine? Well, Barry, I don't drink wine during a live chat. Oh, I guess I do. Yeah, I have maybe a bit more than this per day with my dinner usually, but I thought, I'd have some with my live chat. Yo Studmuffin, nameless. You have no name, and that's very sad. Yo Studmuffin, I've loved your vids since I was like 12. Wow, thank you very much. How old are you now? 13? When I was having my issues with my main channel, and I received so many nice comments, there were people, that I never really heard of before. I don't think they would comment very often. And they would say, I've been watching you for the past 10 years. So that's very nice. Thank you. We're up to 15 viewers worldwide. Hello, Mr. Muffin, Cape Cod, Ken. It's Leslie Miller. She is a Sparks fan. Oh no, somebody's dropped by. It looks like he's drinking. He's drinking pop.
Well, I shouldn't be, but I am. Larry, how are you?
And look what I have ready.
Yeah, my favorite Grand Funk album.
Yeah. Have you been listening to it yet?
No,
I don't want
not
to
yet.
do anything, but
Larry, if you know me, that's not even on my radar yet.
No. Okay. But do you know the song Closer to Home?
I'm Your Captain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's a great song.
Yeah. Okay.
That's almost prog, almost, I don't know. Back in the day, it used to get a lot of airplay.
Yeah.
I don't hear it anymore.
No. And Terry Knight gets a lot of flack for his production, for a good reason. But I think a song like Closer to Home, the production's pretty good on it.
I think I really don't have any issue with any of the work that he did as far as producer, because I know he didn't really do anything. He just kind of sat there and let them do it. Grand Funk, the band, they practically produced themselves.
Yeah.
It wasn't until Todd Rundgren came along, and they really had anybody to give them any direction. So,
yeah.
But I don't have a problem. Usually those recordings are very clean sounding.
Yeah. Yeah. But on their debut album, I don't think you've reviewed that one yet.
No, right? I've never heard it.
There's a really long drum solo, and if you listen on headphones, it's only on the one side.
So it's like Beatles stereo.
Yeah. What album do you prefer, Wildlife, Paul McCartney and Wings, or Mind Games? They're kind of equal, actually. I do like Wildlife.
I like Wildlife better than Mind Games.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just can't get through all that production on the John Lennon stuff. I just think it just sounds murky.
Well, the new remix is much better for Mind Games.
Well, did John produce Mind Games, or was that Phil?
Yeah, that was one of the problems, I think.
Yeah. I don't know.
And anyway, Grant and I, what's his name? I always forget.
Schnee.
No,
Oh, who?
for this. Not Schnee.
Oh.
Keep Schnee out of this.
DC.
Yeah.
DC Tune Time.
DC Tune Times. We've been doing, well, plus before me, they've been doing a few Grand Funk album reviews. And up next, what's the date for that? July?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't bring my book.
It's near the end of July. We're going to be reviewing Grand Funk's Closer to Home. So if you're a Grand Funk fan, please subscribe to Grant's Rock Warehouse.
There you go. Thanks for the
That'll
plug.
be $5.
I'll send it to you right when we're done.
Hi, Bob, better known as Janet. Shane B. Greetings. Who let Grant? And I know, there goes the neighbor.
I don't know. I just clicked the link and here I am. I didn't know what I was getting into.
When I sent you the link, I was just joking. I didn't expect you to actually.
No, Schnee sent me a text.
Yeah. I sent one to him too.
I'm in a good mood today, so I came on.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I am the captain. Yeah. I made alternative Beatles 1970, 1971, and 1972 albums. Yes.
That's pretty cool. I've never done that before.
Some Kind of Wonderful. Yeah, Grant likes the later, I don't know about that song.
I don't like that song because I think it's cheesy and I don't care for it. But I do like that record. I don't really have a problem with the later stuff because I think, well, that was Jimmy Einer, right? He produced that. And I think what he did with them was really good, just like Todd. I think Todd was the producer for him. Yeah. But I don't have any. And Frank Zappa, I think, did great stuff with them.
Yeah. I remember I was at a dance in the early 80s and that song came on. I knew it was kind of a hit, but I was thinking when it came on for the dance, I was thinking, oh my God, what a stupid song to play at the dance. Everybody was up dancing, so I was wrong, right? Like, what do I know?
Well, back in the day, I remember, we'd go to the roller rinks and they used to play The Locomotion by Grand Funk all the time. Yeah. That was a big song.
What I love about The Locomotion is that guitar solo is so crazy. Like for a typical commercial pop song, it's
right. It is kind of out there.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem typical of Mark Farner, but hey, it worked. It was a big hit for them, you know. So I'm on board.
Jerome Landy. Regarding Mind Games, Phil Spector had some weird ideas about production. Yeah. Let's not talk about Phil Spector.
I can't stand Phil Spector. Okay, I will take that back. He did wonderful stuff in the 60s. The Ronettes, all that. It was perfect for that time period. And I think he did great work with the Ramones. I love what he did with the Ramones. But other than that, I can't listen to the John Lennon stuff.
And then he had to murder a woman, right?
That also had that kind of tainted the water a bit too.
Oh, that's for you, Grant. Thanks for ranking the albums of the Knack.
Hey,
how many did they have?
Well, we did 6 albums.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some live stuff that came out, but we just looked at the studio albums. Schnee and I did. Yeah. And you're welcome, Cat and Music and Cat Lover.
So how was their later albums? Pretty good?
Zoom's a great record.
Yeah.
The only one that I didn't like was Serious Fun because that was the Knack going, I don't want to use the term heavy metal.
Yeah.
But considering how the Knack really sounds and what Don did with them, they really sounded like a hard rock band.
Yeah.
And I think Schnee liked it a lot better than I did. There's just like 1 or 2 tracks on that record that I like, but not my cup of tea.
And My Sharona is such a great song, but in a way, it kind of, I don't know, it's like made them a one-hit wonder, and they were a great band.
Right. Yeah. The problem with the Knack, and we talked about it on the show, is it was oversaturation. Yeah. And plus that imagery, the Beatle imagery that Capitol basically marketed them as. It all bit them in the butt,
Yeah.
But those are great records. And then, they used to be the critics' darling before they were signed.
Yeah.
I mean, Bruce Springsteen sat in with them.
Wow.
Stephen Stills, Ray Manzarek. They were a popular band. They were the band.
Yeah.
And they were the critics' darling. And once they made it big, as you know, with a lot of bands that make it big,
Yeah.
the critics stab them in the back.
Yep,
And
yep.
that's what happened with the Knack.
Thank you, Purple Sheen. Fantastic work. Are you reading that, Grant? Fantastic work.
Wow, look
You
at
never
that.
you never say that to me. Larry, you're doing
Wow.
fantastic work.
You're lucky you're on my show. Actually, I'm lucky I'm on your show, really.
That's right.
Look, there's Zeb.
Yeah. Z Eb. How many can CDs do you have now, Larry? Are you intending on getting all the studio albums? Yeah, I've heard Right Time on Spotify. It's not great, but it's not as bad as I read. So I've got. Have you heard of Can Grant?
I had some canned CDs, but I
Yeah.
never played them, and I
Got
ended up putting them up on Discogs for sale.
that.
I couldn't get into it.
Have you heard this one, Future
Yep.
Dates?
Uh-huh.
I love that. That might be my favorite. Monster Movie,
Had
another one
that.
of my favorites.
Actually, I think I still have that.
Before their debut, this was Delay, 1968. Tago Mago, have you heard this one? It's pretty weird.
I've heard all the ones that you're throwing up there.
Soundtracks, which is
Yep.
really good. The singles,
That I did not have.
and Can landed one of their later albums, which I really like. And this one, Soon Over Babaluma, I hated it the first time I listened to it. The second time I listened to it, I still didn't like it. And now I really like it. So,
Wait a minute. What year? Do you know what year that came out? Is that one of the later ones?
it was after that Suzuki left.
Okay. I might have had that too.
Yeah. Sorry
It's been a while.
Yeah. I prefer Long and Winding Road to Let It Be. Ooh, not me. Oh, what a coincidence. I just finished listening to Grand Funk's version of The Locomotion before I clicked on this live.
That was all the part of the plan.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Phil Spector. You beep, beep, beep.
POS.
Just kidding. Would John, George, and Ringo have accepted Paul's Wings material like Magneto and Titanium Man? Well,
I think so. It sounds like
accepted Maxwell's Silver Hammer. Not
why
that
wouldn't they do that?
loved it. Yeah.
If there was the Beatles treatment on Magneto, wouldn't that be incredible? I'd love to have heard it.
Didn't members of the Knack become predators?
Like in the film?
Shane B. Larry is the hardest working man in show business. I've said that many times.
You can't help it. It's just the way you are.
Good Sunday afternoon, Larry and Grant. It's Knucklehead Rock.
Hey, how are you? Nice to see you.
Purple Sheen, thank you very much.
Oh.
Happy to see you here. She's talking to me, Grant, not you.
Oh, I don't know. I just appreciate someone's tuning in. I'm flattered.
My name is in that Live Paris 73 booklet. I supplied Spoon Records with about 30 Can live concerts.
I know Zeb's on a can kit, but Zeb was one of the first people that came on my channel and it was a early supporter.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. Skip ahead here. Lazing on a Sunday afternoon. Do you like the Kinks?
I
Grant?
love the Kinks.
Yeah, they're great. Soon Over Babaluma is a masterpiece. Yeah, I really like it now. Leslie Miller, I have such a mixed bag of who I like. It is always hard for me to choose. Depends on my mood of the day. Ellen Holdsworth, yes. ELP. I'm not a big fan of Emerson, Lake and Palmer. But everything else there is good.
I saw Alan Holdsworth back in the day in Columbus, Ohio, playing in a small club.
Yeah.
Me and my buddy went, and he was playing. Do you remember? I don't know how much you know about Alan Holdsworth, but he played. What was that instrument? It was like a synthesizer guitar, a synclavi. What was it? I can't remember what it was called. But he was playing that weird.
Was it the Gizmo by 10cc?
No, but it was kind of like a.
Yeah.
guitar synthesizer. It was that period in the 80s that who was playing that. He was incredible, though. And there wasn't very many people in this small club.
Yeah.
But he was unbelievable player.
Yeah, Leslie is a Sparks fan too. We got to do another Sparks episode, Grant, at some point.
Yeah, that
one kind of died off, didn't it?
Well, I think maybe if we just trim it down and maybe you and I do one or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
It was hard to get anybody together for that.
Yeah, it is. It is. They want to do it, but it's just the time zones and everything, and just getting everybody together.
Well, Schnee said he would talk the 80s Sparks. So maybe you, me, and Schnee probably could do that.
Maybe for Womp That Sucker, Angst, and Sparks in Outer Space, right?
We can do that.
Yeah. Larry, who has the best Beatles channel on YouTube, with a question mark.
That is a good question. I don't.
I don't have the best Beatles channel. But thank you.
I think it was a question. He was asking you who has the best Beatles channel.
I don't know.
There's just one thing. I love the Beatles. I'll never talk. Well, we did do a ranking of. We put together our top 10 solo tracks.
Yeah.
So I guess we were talking the Beatles, but I won't do the Beatles because it's been beaten to death. What more could be said? They're my favorite band now.
Yeah, for me, every other band, all these other bands I love, including Sparks and Can, only the Beatles had a perfect career.
I agree.
As far as I'm concerned. And there's no song that I dislike.
Right. It was perfect.
Yeah. And I think, of course, a lot of us wish they had continued on in the 70s, but I think it was best they finished when they did.
It's like the Police. They knew to give it up. Well, at least Sting wanted to give it up. So what you've got is the Police catalog, I would think's perfect too. They never went downhill. It's not the Rolling Stones that kept going and kept going, just beating a dead horse. No, I have no problem with the Stones. I applaud them for their longevity.
Yeah.
But, come on. They could have ended a lot earlier on a high note. There's a lot of records that just kind of lay there. But the Beatles, not a bad record.
And that's what gets me too with, like the Rolling Stones is, they don't make albums, right? Like, I know they made one recently, but it's like every 10, 15 years, make an album. It's
and that Hackney Diamonds album, I'm going to go. I don't think that was too bad of a record for
that was a good one.
Legacy act like that.
Yeah,
I think they did a pretty good job. I think it was all right. I give it 7 out, maybe a 7 out of 10, maybe.
Yeah. Does Ringo accept birthday cards, or does he toss them with peace and love? No, he just doesn't take autographs.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one.
Oh, Grant's Rock Warehouse.
Grants, Grant. I'll have a link after this live chat. Grants Rock, Warehaus.
Yeah.
The Kinks are fabulous.
Kinks are fabulous.
Syntax.
The Syntax. That's it, Leslie.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It was the Syntax.
I've never heard of that band.
But was a wild contraption. Anybody here watching and don't know what a Syntax is, look it up. But not right during the show.
Yeah.
Look it up later. It was a crazy thing.
So it sounded pretty good?
Oh, Alan Holsworth, absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Yes, it was great. I just thought that he would have been in a bigger club, with more people. I would have thought he'd have a larger reception. We're talking the guy that played in the UK album.
Yeah.
Which is a brilliant record. I don't know. People just didn't know who he was.
Yep. Ray Davies documentary on BBC. Cool. Yeah. I saw that. Yeah.
I don't think I saw that.
Yes, Sparks for sure. Opinion on Led Zeppelin. One of the best bands ever, right, Grant?
I agree. Overplayed.
Yeah.
One of the best bands ever. Yeah. And it's fun. Well, you think about it. You look like in the old Rolling Stone record guides and stuff, or the old Rolling Stone reviews. They hated Led Zeppelin. They got horrible reviews.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now they look at them like they're gods. It's funny how things turn around.
Love the Spark song in Rad movie. Which song is that? I forget.
Rad.
I am going to make an album reaction of Ween's The Pod. Oh, I will pray for you right now. Looking forward to being weirded out. Hopefully I enjoy it. LOL. Have you heard The Pod?
I've got The Pod. I've got all the Ween
I
stuff.
love it. I love Ween.
My favorite Ween album would be The Mollusk.
Yeah, I need to get that.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah. But some of their CDs are just so expensive to get.
Really? Are they?
Yeah.
I have all the CDs, so I don't. Are they like out of print now or what?
Yeah, some of them. Yeah. So send them my way, Grant.
I'll send you some. You tell me what ones you need. I'll look for them.
Yeah. Well, I've got The Pod. I've got Quebec, which I love. I've got the one after The Pod.
One with the daisies.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good one.
I love that one too. But the first time I played
pure guava
Guava or something.
Whatever that is.
Yeah.
That's a good record.
The Pod and that album, the first time I listened to both of those, I hated them.
They're very quirky, it's like how would I describe it? It's like if you take Sparks, The Residents, Zappa.
Yeah.
God,
And then make it
maybe
weirder.
that.
Much weirder.
Yeah, it's weird.
But they're very talented.
Yeah, have you ever seen any live footage? There's some live concert
Yeah.
footage on YouTube. They're fabulous live.
Yeah. How is your cat, Larry? My cat is doing great wherever she is. She's not here right now. Mittens. Thanks, EB. Just sub. Look at this, Grant.
Holy
That's
crap.
what happens when you come on one of my live chats. You get a subscriber.
I got a subscriber. Well, thanks, Nameless.
You can
I
leave
appreciate
now,
it.
right? You can
Yeah, my work is done here. Thank you.
So what's coming up on your channel, and what have you?
Well,
what
we
have you
just
done?
like last night we just premiered the Knack episode.
Yeah.
So Stephen Schnee and I ranked the Knack catalog, which was great. We did a live stream the other night where we looked at the first two albums of Crack the Sky, and that was with Rand Kelly and DC Tune Time.
Yeah.
And do you know Crack the Sky?
Yeah, I've heard their debut, and like they've had a pretty long career. They've never really made I guess they're just kind of known in one area, but they're very talented.
Kind of quirky.
Yeah.
It's quirky.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I think I described it as if you took Max Webster. You know Max Webster, correct? Have you heard? Yeah, great. Love Max Webster.
I've seen them in concert, yeah.
Oh, wonderful. What did I say? Max Webster, Zappa. I don't know. I'd have to remember what I wrote, what I said on the show. But I think I captured them perfectly. But they're, I like Crack the Sky. We're just kind of going through the catalog and doing that.
And they're still recording, right?
I suppose. I've only really heard the first 4 records, so.
The Beatles are more popular than the second best band and third best put together. So with that, they get people dismissing them on, there's always, the Beatles suck.
I can't imagine who would say something like that.
No, I've never heard that.
Another dimension.
Wow.
My
I want to go
goodness.
there.
Yeah, well, Paul never was trying to outdo the Beatles. He was just
No.
doing his thing.
Yeah. So you sell pork lotion in that warehouse, Grant?
We could.
You've
if
never
I-
had that question before, have
I don't even know what the hell that is. Does that make the skin nice and soft?
you? Yeah. Alan was very unique.
Oh, yeah.
Bob, my wife Janet prefers wings to the beef. Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine.
Like,
Hey, I love all that wing stuff.
You ever been to Liverpool? No.
No.
Never been overseas.
I have only been to Mexico. That's it.
Grant, why don't we go to Liverpool?
Okay.
Yeah.
See?
I'll
was
have to
easy.
get Molly's permission first.
She might let you go. I don't know.
Yeah, Zeppelin should have given credit to the people they ripped off. Don't get me started.
All those bands took from everybody else. Everybody borrowed. But, well, I don't know.
With Rolling Stone, they changed their tune about Zeppelin because they saw an opportunity to make money off of them. Yeah.
Well, isn't that what it really comes down to?
Money.
They hated Queen, too.
Yeah.
Chocolate and Cheese is a great record.
Yeah.
I really like that record.
Really? I didn't know that.
Maybe.
It's Beer and Vinyl. Beer and Vinyl, if you want to come on, let me know. I'll send you a link. It's $5, though.
Are you bringing beer and vinyl?
He's really annoying, though, Grant. I don't know if
he?
you know him.
I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not.
I like him, though.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Ween in New Orleans, House of Blues on the Molas tour. They were genius.
You are so lucky. That would have been a great tour.
Music you can dance to. That's right. Sparks. Woohoo. Yep. I love the Residents. Ronaldo.
I haven't heard any Ronaldo in the Loaf. I think I've heard Zeb talk about him, though, before. Somewhere. Maybe on Rachel's channel. I don't know.
Yeah. I've heard of the movie Rad. I just don't know what Sparks song was in that. Well-Respected Man goes hard, though. Oh, the Kings. Okay.
Oh.
I like Buffalo Wings.
Oh, right.
Wow. My favorite Beatles song is from Paul McCartney solo, Monkberry Moon Delight. Yep.
It's a good song. Good record.
Grant, let's get Larry to join us on the
it's
80s
Cape Cod
cruise.
Ken. Yeah, Larry, you'd love the 80s cruise. I met Ken on the cruise last in March.
Cool.
Gave me a Devo hat. Where is my Devo hat? It's sitting right here. But he gave me a Devo hat. Thank you, Ken. I appreciate it.
You should rank, unless you have already, the Devo albums.
Well, we've looked at something probably a year and a half ago, maybe.
Yeah.
When I first started my channel, we did a Devo show. And I can't remember if we ranked the albums or we just picked track. I can't remember.
Yeah. I liked their first like three or four albums, and then they kind of lost interest in them.
Yeah. They were all good up until Shout. And what hurt Shout, instead of using analog since they used the emulator.
Yeah.
Because Mark was all into the emulator, and godly, did that date it.
Yeah. Enjoy your concert, Beer and Vinyl. Who are you going to see? Let us know.
You're in Columbus? Who's playing tonight in Columbus?
Yeah.
Because I'm in Delaware. You didn't even invite me to the show?
Yeah, I like Elvis Presley and Elvis Costello.
Who is playing tonight? I don't know.
23rd Century Giants, Ronaldo and the Loaf full documentary, Residents.
But isn't Ronaldo and the Loaf, they are related to the Residents, right?
I don't know.
Or no?
No idea.
I could be
See?
Yes, ranked Devo. Well, that wouldn't be hard to do. Probably a lot of people have ranked Devo, but I could do it. Sure.
Larry and Grant live stream from Liverpool would be your most popular, most watched ever.
We could go to the cavern and do a live show from the cavern. Could you imagine?
You know what? Not to hurt your feelings, Grant, but I would rather go to Liverpool with Molly.
Oh, of course. But could you imagine doing like a live show from the cavern? That'd be
I'd love
cool,
to go
wouldn't
to Liverpool. Seriously.
it? Yeah. Well, I guess I'll go by myself then.
Yeah. Pre-debut is... Yeah, their original drummer for Devo was so good.
Alan Myers,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
well, one of the Mark's brothers was the drummer too before Alan. So you might be talking that early period. I think Alan Myers joined later.
Mm.
And I can't remember what other Mother's Ball brother it was. God, I can't remember.
Yeah. Led Zeppelin was a huge money-making machine. Yeah.
Well, didn't Spirit try to?
Yeah,
Wasn't
they
there a
tried.
lot? Did they lost though? Didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah. Spirit was a great band.
Oh, great band. We are gonna do. I think on Sea of Tranquility, we're gonna rank the albums of JoJo Gunn sometime. You ever hear any JoJo Gunn?
Yep. Yep. Have you heard of the Fratel?
I have. I don't
Yeah.
know if I've heard them, but I've heard of them.
Shane, I've heard all of the Devo albums, but it's probably 10 years since I've heard the albums after Shout. Would be interested to revisit. Yeah.
Yeah, I think everything prior to Shout, pretty much all you need. Though that the last album that came out,
Yeah. It's pretty good.
oh, excellent.
Yeah.
And that one, because they're all using analog synths. It doesn't really date it. It sounds great. That would be
Oh,
cool.
they want us to go to the cavern.
Well, you and Molly have fun.
Well, Grant, what about if I just bring Molly along? Are you fine with that?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'm cool with that. She seems okay.
Then one day, where's Molly and Grant?
We left Larry at the cavern.
Fred, well, good luck with this one. You read it,
I
Grant.
can't read that.
Fret-
Chelsea Dagger? Fratellis? Fratellis. I don't know that record at all.
Grant, you've got
Holy
2
crap.
new subscribers.
Thanks for subbing. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Man, I have to come on this show more often. Normally I go on these shows and nothing happens.
Yeah, Grant's got it's just above mediocre YouTube channel. It's great.
It's mediocre. I'm just a hard worker. That's the only thing.
Yeah, you probably work harder than I do on YouTube. Seriously.
Well,
you
that's all I do.
Yeah.
Between that and the Contrarians, I'm busy. Doing 2 channels.
Also, tell the viewers about the Contrarians. That's a good channel.
Contrarians is a channel that Martin Popoff started with Marco, one of his buddies, and there was a third guy. I came on the show back in the day when they just started to open it up. They started using Patreon, and you could subscribe, be a Patreon member, and the whole concept was we can bring in our Patreon members onto the show, onto the panel. And Todd Evans is another guy that I do shows with. He was one of the first ones on there. I was, and this was 3 years ago or something. So I joined and just started doing panels, and I started my own show, and they liked what I was doing, and they brought me in and said, Grant, do you want to become partner in the Contrarians?
It's
I
like
said,
being
sure.
knighted.
It's like being knighted. And the fact that it was Martin Popoff's channel, I felt flattered, for one. I couldn't believe it. Because we're talking rock royalty as far in the literary sense.
Yeah.
Show me somebody who's written more reviews, more books on rock and roll than Martin. So I was totally just flattered. So I've been doing that. I think it's been a year in March. So I host most of the shows and do a lot of editing. And I'm busy, very busy.
Yeah.
But I love it. I can't get enough of it.
The best mediocre YouTube channel. Are you a fan? I just know a couple of their songs.
I think I've
Fresh
got
Air
2 of their
is called.
CDs.
Yeah.
Happy Trails and I guess Quicksilver Messenger Service. It's all right. Kind of dated now.
What is Larry and Grant's top 3 XTC albums for today,
that's
anyways?
Easy. That's easy. You want me to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Apple Venus is my number 1.
No way.
Oh, I think it's absolutely brilliant. Apple Venus is brilliant. brilliant. That would be number one, and then you want my top three. Ooh, that's tough. I know the Apple Venus is my number one. I guess my number two would be Skylarking, and then I think, what did I say? Three? What did I say? Three? My number two would be Skylarking. Number
What
three
about the
would
album
be.
behind you, Grant?
Well, I love that record too.
Yeah.
But I think my number three would be Black Sea, and then Drums and Wires,
Yeah.
and then English Settlement. A lot of people love English Settlement, but I love Black Sea even more than English Settlement.
Number one for me is Black Sea, and then Drums and Wires, and then probably like Go To their second.
Oh, see, I rate those a lot lower because I don't think the band was truly realized yet. It was Dave Gregory that brought them together, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
And man, Dave Gregory's a guitar player.
Yeah.
And he played a lot of keyboards on that stuff. He's brilliant. Great. But yeah, Apple Venus, I think, is their masterpiece.
The Contrarians is great. Yeah,
Well,
check it
thanks.
out. Happy Days theme song.
It's great.
How is your Paul Weller journey, Larry? I've got all of Paul Weller's solo albums, except his latest, which I haven't bought yet. And I still need to listen to some of them because I kind of went on a buying binge when I got into Paul Weller. Are you into Paul Weller at all?
I am not.
No?
Sorry to
Shame
say.
on you, Grant.
I've only got like one jam album. I've got Compact Snap. Is that what it's called? The comp of it's like a 2 LP set. That's all I
We
got.
should do a video sometime. Paul Weller's Stanley Road and do a review because I think
I could do that. I just have to study up.
Yeah. I still want to do. We need to find somebody else though. I still want to do the Doors, Other Voices album.
Yeah. I couldn't get any interest in that. No one wants to talk about it.
Anybody out there that at least likes the Doors, Other Voices? Let me know. We'll talk about it in a live chat or pre-recorded.
Oh yeah, I might as well talk about this since it just happened this morning. On Sea of Tranquility, Pete Pardo and I ranked the solo catalog of Dennis DeYoung.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, well, you have to tune in to find out what we really thought.
I've tried sending Pete Pardo a Facebook friend request, but he won't accept it. He must really like me.
He threw one out to me and I accepted.
What's that?
He threw a friend request out to me.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Well, tell him to send me a friend request.
Yeah.
And he'll say no.
But I think after this, in a couple weeks, what are we doing? Oh, this might be good. I don't know if you like Joni Mitchell. I guess I can already plug it.
Yep.
A couple weeks, we're going to record our top 10 Joni Mitchell songs.
Yep.
Think about that. That's pretty cool.
The Black Keys, I've never really listened much to them.
Black Keys from Akron, Ohio. I've got some of those records.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, it's not a masterpiece, but I think it's like Other Voices. I think is just underrated.
But the playing, the Doors'
Yeah.
players and musicians were always good.
Yeah,
Yeah, you miss Jim Morrison, but
Yeah.
you still get the Doors playing great songs.
yeah. Good evening, Larry and Grant. Did you get a chance to listen to Paul? Yeah, One Hand Clapping. Have you heard that? It is awesome, Grant.
I haven't heard anything. It's on the list. I haven't gotten it yet. You got the CD?
Mm-hmm.
How's it sound?
See, now we just stare at each other for a minute until we get more.
Well, how's the CD sound?
Do you?
Does it sound good?
Excellent.
Okay, good.
Have you ever done a live chat
Mm.
and you're reading and then all of a sudden there's no comments and you're kind of just sitting there.
What did we do? Piss people off? All right, I'll propose a question. What do you think about Back to the Egg? Are we ever going to see a deluxe edition of Back to
I
the
know.
Egg?
I hope.
What's your
so.
thoughts? Do you know anything about it?
Well,
I mean, you get all this free stuff from Yoko, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
figure you might know something about something.
Yeah. Back to the Egg, when it came out, I thought it was good, but I wasn't.
Oh, it's my favorite.
But yeah, now I think it's very underrated, and I wish they would release that and London Town, which I love. It's one of
Actually,
my favorites.
London Town would be next, correct? Right,
Yeah.
because we got.
Well, he's
we've
kind of
got-
all over the place with his releases.
I guess it doesn't matter. I would get either London Town or Back to the Egg as soon as it came out.
Yeah.
Because my mistake with those boxes, they're all so well done, and I know you have quite a few of them.
Mhm.
I did not buy them back in the day, and I was kind of slowly kind of getting them
Yeah.
if they pop up. But man, I should have been on it back in the day because they're so well done.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you can interview Pete Best. I met Pete Best.
Oh, yeah.
I shook his hand. Yeah. He was like locally, he was here, and he did a little, he talked for like half an hour, and he didn't sound bitter or anything. I really liked him. Like,
Well, didn't he make he made quite a bit of money off of the anthology, so
yeah.
he's probably happy okay now. He's all right.
Yeah. Ray Manzarek's first two albums are very interesting. I've never heard them.
Never heard him.
I got the LP. Sounds good. There you go, Grant.
Okay. I saw Dennis DeYoung's concert a few years back. I thought it was better than the current Styx lineup. He is the voice of Styx to me. Less familiar with solo work. Well, Lucky Jackson, if you should watch the show over on Sea of Tranquility where Pete and I rank it, and you would be surprised because I can give you a hint. Let's say this, Dennis got better with age, and I think if you're a Styx fan, you might like those last two solo albums that came out on Frontiers.
Yeah, I actually listened to a bit of. I think it was his last album online. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it sounded very good.
I mean, on those last two, there's actually Dennis is doing some prog on there.
Yeah,
and I've mentioned in the show. It harks back to a lot of the wooden nickel era Styx sound. So if you got wooden nickel era Styx and Equinox, that's kind of what you're getting. So you might want to check it out.
Yeah. I like too that the Styx touring now, they're actually doing Mr. Roboto now, sometimes in concert. And they used to, in the past, one of the issues was that album and that song. Like,
Well, did anybody in the chat ever see the Behind the Music with Styx? And James Young and Tommy Shaw just tore Dennis apart on there.
Yeah.
I don't know. His solo stuff, is pretty poppy. The 80s stuff is pretty poppy. It might be what you would expect, but man, those last three solo albums, I had no idea. I was on that bandwagon too, where, Dennis, give me Tommy Shaw, give me The Rock, give me Blue Collar Man, give me that, and Miss America.
Yeah.
Well, I've come around. The Dennis solo stuff is pretty damn good.
What is your favorite movie set in summertime? Probably the original Star Wars.
Yeah. I never thought about that before.
I haven't been to a movie theater in 5 years.
Me either.
Yeah.
I don't have time to go watch a movie. I'm usually editing
videos.
Or I'm editing or something or hosting or something.
I think Back to the Egg would be better if the songs were sequenced differently.
I think if daytime, nighttime suffering was on there, it might help.
I will. Lucky Jackson's Reveals. I will.
Oh, good. Check it out. Report back.
Yeah. Bad Blood, almost as bad as Waters and Gilmore. Yeah. There's a lot of bands like that.
Oh, it's money. But you have to hand it to Dennis. He had a lot of hits.
Yep.
He made the band some money, you know. So the last two Styx albums are wonderful. The Mission, I think, is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. It's prog. The last two Styx albums are prog.
Yeah. Yeah, the singer for Styx now, what's his name?
Well, Tommy Shaw and then...
No, I mean the lead singer for Styx now. But anyway, he's Canadian.
Tommy sings... Yeah, Tommy sings most of it.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
No, he doesn't. The
Yeah, he
lead
does.
singer for Styx these days touring isn't Tommy Shaw. It's,
Yeah, but they do most of the Tommy stuff, and they do Come Sail Away, and he sings that and stuff. He sings the Dennis stuff that they play.
Come Sail Away. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty much the J.Y. Tommy show, which is fine.
Mm.
Lance, is it Gowan? Lance?
Yeah. Lawrence Gowan.
Lawrence Gowan.
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah.
And I think he's underutilized in Styx, but basically he's there to fill the Dennis role. And if there's a Dennis song that needs sung, he sings it.
Yeah.
But
he at least was pretty popular in Canada with the solo stuff. Yeah.
But he's probably making some money. He's been in Styx for a long time, so
Yeah. You like the Rascals, Grant?
I have one comp. What? Oh, is that Cherry Red?
I don't know if it's cherry.
Oh my gosh! Show me the side of it.
But this is
It's
excellent.
thick.
It's remastered.
Okay.
It's all of their Atlantic studio with bonus.
Oh.
It's excellent.
Oh, it looks like, I don't know. It might be. Wow.
Yeah.
I've only got one comp, and that's, if you ever go on the Steve Hoffman site, they always talk about this, the ugly Rascals comp with the ugly artwork.
Yeah.
Which is, it sounds great because it's just cut off the master tapes and there's no futzing with it. It's just off the stereo masters. It really sounds great.
And
That's the only thing I've got. Yeah, I'll have to pick that up.
And they have mono and stereo for the early albums. Yeah. It is really well done. It's got a very nice booklet.
You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of the Iron Butterfly set.
Yeah. It's like that. Yeah. It's that.
Which is phenomenal.
That. Yeah. Really well done.
Wow. That just came out too.
Yep.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have that and have the stereo and the mono versions.
And then a very nice booklet.
It looks just like that. It
Yeah.
does look like the Iron Butterfly set. I bet that's cherry red. But I think didn't Iron Bud wasn't that esoteric? It's all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sounds like Dennis for the most part. But the thing is, these later Dennis albums, he was like 72 when he recorded them, and he sounds just as good as he ever did. He just has a beautiful voice. And the songwriting on those records, phenomenal. Great.
Yeah.
A lot of them could have been 1978, could have been on Pieces of Eight. Grand Illusion, I swear to God, I wouldn't steer you wrong. If you like Dennis, you like Styx, you need to check them out.
Have you guys heard of Wheeler Walker Jr.?
No.
Favorite film set in the summer is Weekend at Bernie's, the dead guy.
Some of Andrew McCarthy's best work.
Yeah. Mine is Stand By Me. Yeah. Rascal Flats is dope too.
I'm just trying. Maybe Spring Break. I don't know. I'm trying to think summer movies. I don't know.
Yeah, so
it is cherry red. All right. Yeah. It looks like a cherry red product. Their stuff is phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know what's kind of sad though is that Cherry Red and all these companies. All right, so you've got Cherry Red. You've got what's the other record? brain problem. It'll come to me. Cherry Red, let's say that. You've got Cherry Red, you've got BGO. You got a lot of record labels over in the UK that put out phenomenal stuff. And then they really have picking up the I can't talk. I'm so excited. They've basically, where Rhino has dropped the ball, these companies in the UK have picked up the ball.
Yeah.
And Cherry Red has been putting out spectacular stuff. There's no more box. Now I'm going on a rant. Rhino used to put out spectacular box sets.
Yeah.
That's all done. Now you have to go over to the UK. There's no one here in the States putting together great comps. Look at that beautiful comp that you just showed us.
Yeah.
They aren't doing that here anymore. UK, it's still going strong. It gets me all... I just can't believe that Warner's would let Rhino die like they have.
Yeah.
Rhino was a great label. And now it's just... It's nothing. I've gone on a rant.
Wow. That was a great rant, Grant.
But seriously, Cherry Red, they put out a series of box sets of Howard Jones. 3 CD sets. Absolutely wonderful. Who else is doing it? They just take care in all their sets. Beautiful liner notes, good mastering, great artwork. How can the United States just not deliver anything anymore? I just don't get it. I don't understand.
What is your favorite Yes album from the 90s? What was in the 90s? I love some of their later albums, like Magnification, I think is underrated.
I don't know. I'm not all that hip with their 90s stuff. I've done a couple of shows with Rand on them, but it's really not anything I would ever go back to and listen to again. I mean, they were good, don't get me wrong, but there's just something about that 70s period. Even the, Big Generator, I like that, and 90125, I like that. But I don't know. I like the major label stuff, I guess.
Yeah, Hawkwind on Cherry Red Records. Rock Candy.
Rock Candy. That's it, music. Rock Candy puts out a lot of those obscure records that came out in the 80s that didn't sell. And it gives artists a second chance. Wounded Bird. Yeah. Wounded Bird's great. Collector's Choice used to put out stuff, but now they don't put out anything anymore. I wish Snee was here because we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
And it's just sad how here in the States we just kind of about stuff. It's weird. Yes?
I need to listen to more of them. I think I did on Patreon, I did a full album, and I did like it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a band that could be discussed more. No one's talking Flamin' Groovies. And they had Real Gone, yeah. But it's not like Rhino. It's not like the days of Rhino. Yeah.
Yeah.
Vinyl
Do you
albums.
buy vinyl at all, Grant?
No, not
still?
anymore.
No.
The story with this, I've talked about this on Rachel's channel, is that I am with a philosophy of buying low. Okay? To me, it's all about the music. All in the 90s when you crazy people were getting rid of your collections and getting rid of them for little money when you went to the store and traded them in. Well, I was there buying those records for practically nothing. And then once everything, now I'm thinking about selling all my stuff because I could make money on it. Everybody's the CD's the greatest thing. Well, I think CDs are great. But everybody that got rid of their vinyl, I just took advantage of it. All those dollar records are now like $8 or $9 records.
Yeah.
And those $20 records are now $70 records. And I just sit back and I just laugh. I go on Rachel's channel and the Wax is on there talking about how he's buying stuff. And I'll go, hey, I bought that for $1. And Wax will go, yeah, you bought it in 1994. I said, hell yes, I did. I knew you guys were idiots getting rid of your vinyl collections back in the day. And my whole philosophy is I think CDs will come back around because once the younger generation if you look at it, how cool is a CD?
Yep.
The younger generation is going to grab onto it. Now, all these people dumping their CD collections, it will come back around. I
Oh,
can't
yeah.
prove it,
Yeah.
but I'm not dumping my collection anytime soon. So,
Yeah. What is your favorite underground rock band? The Velvet Underground. Thank you.
underground, like,
What's underground? I know what he means, but
you mean like a band that no one knows about?
yeah,
Like a modern band or an old band?
I don't know.
I can tell you some things that I've heard on Rock Candy that I think's absolutely great. The band Aviary came out in 1979
Yeah.
on Epic. Didn't do anything. Went into obscurity, but Rock Candy reissued. It's absolutely brilliant. Take notes, everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Greatest hits albums.
And all they do now is, put out the Alice Cooper catalog and put the Rhino logo on it. It's just become it's just Warner Brothers. I think I've got We Can Fly.
Yeah. I had no interest in Yes after John Anderson was done with them. Hey, Larry, since you talk about liking albums by Lou Reed and Yoko Ono, a chance? I don't know.
Did Yoko do something with Lou? Or just separate? We did that show on Yoko Ono. That was a good show.
Yeah. I'm going to be interviewing the author of this book sometime maybe at the end of July, Madeline Boccaro. Excellent book on Yoko Ono.
Yeah, that one record we look at, Across the Universe, absolutely phenomenal.
Sorry?
The Yoko Across the Universe, what is it?
Yeah.
Universe, is that right? Is that the title of it? Whatever, that Yoko album, great stuff.
Approximately Infinite Universe.
That's right.
Yeah.
Try to remember that.
Yeah.
Hard to remember.
The Waterboys. I hope 8-tracks come back.
Well, you remember when Cheap Trick, when they put out that one record, they put it out on 8-track.
Wow.
Yeah. Now it goes for big money.
Thank you, Leslie. Have a good day. Yeah.
Yeah, you can get space concerns, but I'll just keep acquiring.
Shoegaze dream pop band Night Tapes.
Nope. Zab, you always bring up these bands that even I've never heard of.
Dream Syndicate. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any Dream Syndicate.
What do you think of Lou Reed? You like him at all?
I think Lou's okay.
Yeah.
I like Velvet Underground better, but
Yeah.
I like that live album that's got Dick Wagner and
Yeah.
Hunter on it. What's his first name? What's the guitar player? Something Hunter.
Rock and Roll Animal is up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
I never bought The Endless River.
I think I have it. I've got it. I think it's okay. A little lackluster. But, I'm glad that stuff came out. I don't have a problem with it.
Here we go. Oh man, Yoko, she can't sing for beans. It's like listening to a cat in heat. LOL.
Well, not so much on that other album. You're talking early Yoko.
Yeah.
It's a great record.
Jimmy Nick. I thought actually I saw a recent video on him. I thought he had passed away.
I haven't thought about Jimmy for years.
Nobody has.
He did his gig.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Then he was done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Street Hassle. Lou Reed.
Never heard Street Hassle.
Bongwater is a pretty groovy undergroundish band.
I do like, what's it, New York? I like New York's a
Yeah.
great Lou Reed record. What's that, like 89, 88, 89? That's a good record. Great record.
A Nice Pair.
I don't think I have any compilation Pink Floyd. I don't know.
Oop, this one here. What is my favorite T-Rex album is The Slider, and it's Grant's favorite too.
That's the only one that I know, other than Electric Warrior. And that one's okay.
Yeah.
It's got Bang a Gong on it. So
My favorite CCR album is the same as Grant's, Cosmo's Factory.
yeah, I'll go with that.
Curved Air was good band in the day. I've heard of them.
That's the band Curved Air. Didn't Stuart Copeland play in a later version of Curved Air before the Police?
So,
Yeah.
84 and still kicking, apparently. Vanished. Beatle. Great book. Oh, okay. Cool.
Well, good for Jimmy then.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well,
Like what? Nameless.
yeah.
I like Stone Temple Pilots. Okay.
It's just these labels, right? I liked Nirvana, but it's probably about it.
I always thought that Nirvana had a lot of. I like the third Nirvana album. I thought that Nevermind had a lot of filler on it.
Mm-hmm.
The great tracks is when they're actually playing a song and then they do a track. It was just noise.
Yeah.
And I'm going, what? Come on. I don't know. I think the third record's a lot better than the first.
Yeah.
Though it doesn't get much, praise or anything.
Yeah.
I never understood why Nirvana was so great. I do get it, because at the time, hair metal had went absolutely overboard, and it became so idiotic
Yes.
that Nirvana came in and they're playing in
Real, right? Like
they were real.
Real.
They're just
Yeah.
like they just got off work,
like a garage band, right? Yeah.
and it was so refreshing
And
because
it was, yeah.
So I get it, and I welcome that. Thank you for killing hair metal.
Yeah. Yeah. Bio Country. I love that one too. Jimmy Nichols should have got together with a Pete Best and gone on tour.
They should do that now.
Yeah.
They could be dual drummers.
Savoy Brown. Yep. Street Corner Talking. I've got that on CD. That's a good album.
Yeah, I've got that. I think
Look
that
who's
is
here,
on-
Grant. Have you ever heard of this guy? The Prague
Never.
Corner?
No, have no.
I wonder
idea who
what
that
he
is.
does on his channel.
I have no idea. He
Cobain?
certainly isn't going to cover the Bay City Rollers. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah. Imagine the Bay City Rollers doing a Prague album.
Larry Schnee and I did rank the Bay City
I
Rollers
saw
catalog.
that. Yeah.
Who's talking the Bay City Rollers?
Not too many people.
It was a fun show.
I mean, like even it's like I recently kind of realized. I think the Prague Corner actually talked about the Osmonds.
so
right?
why was Cobain a genius?
Yeah, why?
He was a much better pop
If you want to come
songwriter.
on for a few minutes, I won't be on too much longer. But if you want to come on, Scott, for a few, let me know.
I'd like to know why you think he's a genius.
But Scott was talking about the Osmonds, and really, they were very talented.
Yeah, we're going to rank Believe It or Not.
Yeah.
I'm going to put my toe in the water on that one. Schnee and I are going to rank the Osmonds catalog. I don't know.
Yeah.
Man. Can you imagine? I figure, well, if I can do the Bay City Rollers, damn it, I can. What the heck?
Yeah, but a song like Crazy Horses, the first time I heard it, I thought it was a new Led Zeppelin song.
I've never heard. Maybe I've heard it when I was a kid. But
Crazy Horses. Yeah, yeah. You've heard it.
God, Larry, it's been a long time then.
I'll sing it for
Hellbound
you.
Train.
Oh, right here.
Hole.
Bay City
I do
Rollers.
like Hole.
Yeah. The Bay City Rollers 1981 album Ricochet was Prague.
I think it's more power pop than prog. I don't hear much prog on it, but Scott likes prog, so he probably can hear prog in everything.
I did not know Scott liked Prague.
I can't imagine. I think it's Power Pop. Schnee and I looked at it. We ranked those albums, and those were like in our
Look at
top.
this. Bob went out with a cousin of two of the Rollers.
You did?
You did? Come on.
Cousin of two of the cousin.
He has some stories to tell. He's getting mad.
I don't think it was prog. It sounds like Power Pop. You're getting prog and Power Pop confused.
Hey, Scott, here's a link if you want to come on for a few.
Where's Schnee? We need Schnee said he's going
where's
to come on.
Schnee? I did invite him.
I know he was got to work.
He's just, he
I'll
thinks he's
text him.
better than everybody else these days.
I don't know why. I do a listening party at 8:00 Eastern time. I'm always on his show. I show up for his show when he does the ski lodge. Never comes on mine. Never.
Yeah.
He's really kind of selfish.
Such a big ego.
He does have a big ego.
Yep. Crazy Horses, Very Red.
Now he's got this TV show, Schnee TV.
Yeah.
I guess I could promote it for him, but he's not here. I've seen if he's
Don't
coming
promote
or- No, I'm going to help him out. We love Steve, and he's doing a new show called Schnee TV, which he showcases music videos. He's almost like filling that void that MTV left. So he's doing a lot of independent artists, a lot of different bands, a lot of power pop bands. Check it out, Schnee TV CD Junkie channel. You might like it and get turned on to some music. So I'll promote that for him since he's not here.
Cool. What bands are considered garage? Grand Funk would be kind of garage, wouldn't they? The early stuff? Like garage rock.
I think I consider that foot stomping music.
The Prog Corner, do me a favor. Listen to Night Tape. Celine.
Zeb is all over that. Zeb, calm down.
Simply Brown.
I do love Zeb. Zeb, he does. That's what I'm saying. He hears prog and everything.
He heard a Conway Twitty album and he thought it was prog-like.
It was. What I'm going to ask Scott what he thinks of the last two Dennis DeYoung albums, and tell me about the prog on those.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Dear God was brilliant. It still is brilliant.
They were the drummer and the bass player. I told her they're going nowhere.
Janet, I love it.
What is your favorite Don Rickles movie?
Don Rickles movie.
I didn't know he had any movies. Well, he was in Casino. He was excellent in that.
Mm-hmm. He was actually a really good actor.
Yeah. I like Turtles. The
Turtles?
The Prog Corner. What
an excuse
that he's driving. Well,
God. If it was Rachel's channel, he'd be right on there probably. Scott's fine. I'm just giving Scott crap. Metallica is garage.
Schnee in German means snow.
Das Schnee. Yeah. It's neuter. All right, Zeb, you know it. When you tell me to look, you tell me to check out something, I check it out. I'll check it out. I believe you. Zeb knows what he's talking about.
There you go, Grant.
There you go. You like the prog on there too, don't you there, Scott?
You should try and interview Dennis DeYoung. I'm sure he'd...
Well, Pete's already done it.
Yeah. Maybe that's where I saw him. Yeah.
Why would I don't have anything more to add? I've done interviews on my channel and they don't do anything.
No.
I don't do them anymore because you don't
Well,
get
you
any
need
views.
to interview Mark Farner on your channel because that video I did has over 10,000 views, Grant.
Mm.
And you can say
it's you too. It's also you.
Yeah. No, it's and you can also say to Mark, you're my second favorite singer of Grand Funk.
I don't know if I'd be comfortable doing that. I do love Don Brewer.
Yeah.
We even reviewed the Flint album. Have you heard the Flint?
No, no.
Oh, Larry, you got to hear Flint.
The Count Five.
Yeah, the Count Five I consider a garage band.
He was the sled in Citizen Kane. A little late, Larry, but I'd like to thank you for playing a part in my recovery during COVID over here in the UK. Not COVID related, but recovering from serious trauma. I'm very sorry to hear that, John. I'm glad I could help out in some small way.
You help people.
Yeah, I've received a lot of nice messages through the years. Don't get me emotional, Grant.
If you're gonna cry on me, I'm gonna have to leave this stream.
I'm still waiting for you to give me a nice comment.
I do appreciate everything you've done for me, Larry. You've supported my channel. You've said nice things about me. You've even invited me onto this show this afternoon, and I am so grateful.
Yeah.
That
even though you have a slightly above mediocre YouTube channel.
Yes. My channel's not any good. I just do a lot.
Oh, it's excellent.
It's not excellent.
Do people in the UK call it garage rock? I don't know. I'm not in the UK.
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah, you're welcome, John.
Wow, that's a nice compliment.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, yep. I don't know why.
Excellent interview. Yeah.
And you know what, Scott? It's funny because if I could do more of them, I mean, I like to do it. And I'm one of those people that like to listen to interviews. But people don't tend to watch them unless you're Rick Beto and have 3 million subscribers. And then when you have a channel that big, then you can get the Police, you can get Sting on there, you can get all these people, and then people watch. But Rick Beato is different. That's a whole totally different animal.
But speaking of interviewing, somebody like Howard Stern, like when he interviews somebody, like he does most of the talking, right? And he's not the only one, but he'll ask a question and then he talks over the person.
Yeah, that drove my wife crazy when he does that.
Yeah.
Me, I don't know. It's just a conversation, but he does do that. But whatever. His interview, I think Howard Stern as an interviewer is great.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have Nickelback. Oh no.
No Nickelback.
Nickelback's prog.
Yes. Scott's going to come back and say, yeah, that one album by Nickelback is prog.
It is. All the Nickelback stuff is prog or prog adjacent. We should go out there and support Nickelback.
Larry the Healer. Yes, I've been called that.
You are. You are quite a man.
I'm going to get emotional here.
Don't tear up. But Molly likes a sensitive man, though, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about Rob's squad getting all of those great cameo appearances and interviews? Amber is I don't even know who that is.
Who's Rob's squad?
Yeah.
And
I don't know
Amber?
who Amber is.
I had a dog named Amber, but she's now dead.
Amber, here.
Oh, I miss Amber. She was a great dog.
Yeah.
But she's dead. She's dead.
Oh,
now.
no.
Yeah.
It's garage rock in UK.
All right.
Definitely prog adjacent.
See, if he owns any Nickelback, I'm having my. I hope he doesn't own any Nickelback.
What is a band that you really dislike?
Nickelback.
Yeah. Okay. Besides, they're kind of obvious. Somebody else.
God, I can't stand it.
Yeah. Bon Jovi.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've never liked Bon Jovi because I always thought Bon Jovi was just. I didn't have so much problem with the music, but man, he is not a singer. I'm sorry, and he's definitely not a singer now.
Yeah.
But I never cared for his voice at all. I liked "Runaway." I think I liked that song.
Yeah.
Off the first album, but I don't care for I don't care if I ever hear Bon Jovi again.
What is your least favorite Neil Young album? Probably one I haven't heard. But I do love, like some of his less popular ones, like Landing on Water and Trance.
I love trance, but Landing on Water
Yeah, it's
is a
a
bit
neat.
too 80s for me.
Yeah.
You've got those gated drums, those horrible synths. Ooh, not very good.
Yeah. Ace of Base is prog related.
All Ace of Base is prog.
No idea.
I don't know.
Marillion, yeah, they're great.
I like the Fish stuff.
Yeah.
I've got all that. I don't have much of the later stuff, but I have no problem with Marillion. I think they're all very good musicians. Very good.
Rip and Toya, the Cowsills, yeah, the
They're
Zombies.
prog. All those are prog.
Scott does not like CCR. Can you
But he
believe
thinks
that?
they're prog.
No,
Why don't you don't like CCR?
he did a video, his 10 bands he doesn't like, and number one was CCR.
That doesn't sound very
And
nice.
that's not right, Scott.
Of course, he is from Bellefontaine, Ohio.
Yeah.
We used to play a bar back in the day called the 151 Club in Bellefontaine, Ohio. Went all through the 80s. I was in a band and we played that. And they loved their CCR in Bellefontaine, Ohio.
Oh, yeah.
But Bellefontaine, Ohio, I wasn't a real fan of because my car in the parking lot after a gig, some locals in Bellefontaine, some good old boys, decided they were going to break into some cars. So I wasn't a big fan.
Are you a fan of this band at all?
King Gizzard, never heard them. I know some people that like them.
Oh my God, you've got to listen to Paper Mache Dream Balloon. It's my favorite.
Okay.
Seriously, it is
All
really
right.
good. Write that down.
I'll just get it right now.
We should do a video. You listening to King Gizzard. I would do it.
Live? You want to? We'll
No,
do it
not
live
live.
when I'm listening
No.
to it.
No, I want you
I'm
to
looking.
listen to it a few times, and we'll do a. And then I've got this one. This is excellent too. They're all different. Nonagon,
looking.
Infinity. They're all. What I love about them is every album is different.
Well, don't they have a whole? There it is,
Yeah.
right there.
That's
King
their
Gizzard, Paper Mache.
Yeah,
It's in stock.
there you go.
Oh my God! This is
You
how
buy
we,
that, and in a couple of weeks, I'll do a video with you about
All right, I got it in the cart. I'm buying it.
it. And then this one.
Where's Zeb again? Zeb, what was that one band that I'm supposed to check out? Zeb, are you still here? I'll put it in see if I can buy it along with
Yeah.
King Giz. All right, we'll do a show on it. Give me a couple weeks to. Well, Lucky Jackson, the end of the month, Pete Pardo will be on my channel, and we will be playing yet another 2-hour block of yacht rock. So you should tune in for that.
See, Paper Mache. Look, Shane B loves it.
All right, I'm gonna get it. We'll do a show. Slim Whitman is prog.
Yeah, that's the other one I have. This is like almost speed metal. It's not my favorite, but they are just so good. They're
Well,
just
what
so
would you
tough.
describe them? What would
They do everything. They do pop rock. They do speed metal. Like every album is different.
okay?
But this one is more melodic pop rock. It's just really good. I think you would enjoy
All
it.
right. Well, it's in the cart.
Yeah.
Hopefully, night tapes.
Night tapes with a lot of exclamation marks.
Is the night tape CD? I'm looking. Wait a minute. It's Night Tapes the band, or is that the
I don't know.
the album? I see Late Night Tapes by Bunny Lake. That doesn't look like something Zeb would listen to, though.
Yep. His comments too far back there.
Well, I remember back in the day, classic rock used to play CCR a lot.
Yeah.
And I could see, especially in Ohio, they used to play all that CCR stuff. Now I don't hear anything on classic rock radio anymore. Fortunate Son, Once in a Blue Moon.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's about it. Ooh, that's a tough one.
I love the Sex Pistols, but they didn't record. They only have like the debut album, really. So
And
I'd have to say Ramones.
I'd have to go with Ramones. They have a stronger catalog.
Don Rickles is Proc. That's right. There you go.
Okay. Night tape. Only. Oh, well, I don't do downloads. Sorry, Zeb. I don't do that stuff. You can't come. I would need physical media.
Have you heard? I know that Schnee is a fan, and I am too. Deaf School.
Yeah, I've got a Deaf School, like the first album on CD.
Yeah, yeah.
I bought it. I don't know. I found it cheap in the cheapie bin for like $2.
Yeah,
Thought, well, the cover's cool,
yeah.
and I can't really compare them to anybody else. They kind of have their own sound.
Mm-hmm. Yep, the Stranglers, I like them. Yep.
I like Stranglers. They're good. All right. Order is placed.
Yeah.
We're good to go, Larry.
So, yeah, like Don Rickles, he was one. Like I wasn't a big fan of just your typical stand-up comedian that told jokes, right? But somebody like Don Rickles, he couldn't do his act today, could he?
Oh, well, I think they'd let him do his act because
Yeah.
he was established. He was doing his act up
No, but
until
I
he
mean, if he
died.
started up now to do it,
Oh, that might
Yeah.
be a different story. If he was like a young guy,
yeah,
no.
no.
I think Don Rickles would get a pass, but love the Stray Cats.
Well, I think we're almost done, Grant. Tell us
right.
about your channel one more time.
Grant's Rock Warehouse. We've been doing a lot of ranking videos lately because I always try to avoid ranking videos, but people like when you rank stuff.
Yeah.
And I've decided that I kind of enjoy it. Usually we just like look at albums, look at the catalog, rank them. It's all about just talking music and talking about records or albums no one talks about. Now, you're not going to make a big channel out of this because people...
Yeah, it's not going to be a big channel like mine.
Not like Larry's, because he's talking about the Beatles all the time.
Have you heard of the Beatles?
Maybe. I might be familiar with some of their stuff. But I don't talk Beatles because Larry's talking about them. But, for a lot of bands, we talk about stuff. And we do a lot of one and done episodes. One and done series is where we look at an album that an artist or a band only put out one record. And we looked at the Boys. We've looked at a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
We just do stuff like that. It's just pretty much, Larry, we just do panel discussions and I have guests. I don't do shows by myself because I want the discussion with somebody, And that's really what we do. We talk music. And the Contrarians, that's Martin Popoff's channel that I am part of, and it's the same kind of thing.
Yeah,
So.
I like the series you do on that channel, like the album covers and all that. They're
the live show Wednesdays at 7 p.m. on the Contrarians. We have a panel, and the topics have been album covers. Someday we're going to run out of album covers to talk about. But right now we just have a panel. We have a lot of people watching on Wednesdays, and it's a live show, and it's fun. We want to see you in the chat. It's just fun talking about music.
I'm just getting your link here. I can share it in the chat. And then, like I said, after this is done, I'll have a link below the video. So there, if everybody can subscribe, there it is there, to Grant's channel. Grant would appreciate it.
I would like that. That'd be swell.
You're gonna get 500 new subscribers today.
3 or 4. I can go on Sea of Tranquility and might pick up some, but the thing with Sea of Tranquility though is that all those people know the Contrarians. They all follow Martin because Martin and Pete do a show on Fridays. So it's all like this whole network of channels that are all kind of connected together.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Thank you, Knucklehead Rock and Nameless and Mr. Wondrous. I like YouTube.
I like that name.
Like that. Yeah.
Isn't it Mr. Wonderful, the Fleetwood Mac album?
Yeah,
Yeah.
with that really strange cover.
Yeah,
Or
Mick
no,
Fleetwood on the front.
there's a couple, right? There's that really weird one with the cake. Like what? Like those kind of album covers, right? I can just picture the band, right? Like, like that Crosby, Stills, Nash album with the hot dogs. It's like, yeah, that's the album cover.
That is a horrible album cover. And we did a show on the, we did a show on the Contrarians on the live show, and that we did bad album covers.
Yeah,
which is a great topic.
Yeah.
If you've known anything about YouTube, ladies and gentlemen, people like it when you have like a thumbnail that says horrible albums.
Yeah,
or
my
terrible.
My videos for that did really good. Yeah.
My worst favorite.
Worst album covers. Yeah.
People love negative.
They love worst more than better or best.
Isn't that weird? People like that. Isn't that weird? But whatever.
Grant's channel is good fun.
Well, thanks, James.
That's what I've been saying all this time.
Yeah.
And one thing, it's not mediocre.
It is. It's just mediocre.
Yeah, there's I guess you saw the cat. There's Mittens right there.
Yeah.
See? Right
Mittens
there.
is going, we're doing another show. Okay.
Yeah, she's ignoring me.
Yeah.
So anyway, thank you, Grant. That was fun.
And Schnee never... Wait a minute. Did he... Schnee said, unfortunately not. I'm stuck in chores for my landlord.
Oh.
Excuses with him.
I've heard that excuse before.
I know he uses it all the time.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have him on with you maybe next. Like I'm planning to hopefully do this every Sunday at 3. Okay, just letting you know. You're always welcome.
Epic battle of what? Like Battleship?
Yeah.
That'd be fun. We'd play Battleship.
Yeah. Okay, so thanks everybody, and please subscribe to Grant's channel. Yeah. Okay. Bye.
See ya, everybody. Thanks.
End stream.